Jolan, true Centurions, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, Orion Pirates Westmont. I am Fleet Admiral Tirek of the battleship RS Flama Pena, as we continue our campaign against the United Federation of Planets, and I thought we had taken this planet. Thought we had. Apparently we haven't. Must be remembering something from a different continuity. Legitimately, not 100% sure whether or not we've taken that planet. And that's kind of bothering me, actually. Because I was pretty decently sure we had taken it. I'll have to go back and check things, although probably we didn't, and we were expecting to because we had got it's at 15 now, and we got it down to 20 before, which is where we got our homeworld the last time we assaulted it, and it flipped. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what's up with that. I could just be remembering the completely wrong thing. That would not be the first time. So how are you all doing? I'm doing just fine, if, as you can tell, a little bit frazzled, because I'm apparently remembering the wrong thing. And we are once again enjoying the sights. So, PLPH, a phaser-armed planet, we have no friends with us, and a BBX against us. Let's not forget to set our plasma torpedoes to enveloping. It is a rather important alteration that we make to our weapon systems. Failure to do so will lead to us dying. Actually, no, that's not true. If we were to engage him with, our plasma torpedoes set to normal mode, we could probably still beat him. Not even probably, we would still beat him. It just wouldn't be as much of a curb stomp, I want to say. Not that this is just a complete running him over. I mean, he is a battleship after all, and we've seen what happens when we don't take battleships seriously. They basically punch you in the gut and take your lunch money, which we've seen them do. But, as much as I want to say that, yeah, that didn't do anything. Didn't even get through our shield reinforcement. As much as I want to say this is a legitimate threat, and it is, if we play it right, if we fly correctly, it's not. And that's just a function of plasma torpedoes versus photon torpedoes, and that equation goes in one direction only, I'm afraid, with us winning and them losing. So plasma torpedoes have begun to engage, and range of 5, hit him with all the phasers. That should kill him. Thank you. He's starting to accelerate. Speed of 3 ought to be enough. All the plasma torpedoes. Tractor defenses are engaged because I am anticipating incoming fire. Apparently not. All weapons. Raking fire on the flyby. He's not managed to fit through our shields yet. We did manage to soak up all of those phaser Gs with that plasma torpedo and pull away. He is still doing decently on speed, I guess. How are you doing on photon torpedoes? A lot of them are about to come online. Stern shield reinforcement, please. And also, I need to see exactly what... That's why I wanted the stern shield reinforcement. Because that happened. Camera on. We need to be careful here because we are kind of flying in between a couple of asteroids and that would be bad. How is that? I'm confused. How do you have a forward shield at that level? Let's turn around and take that forward shield away. Did you beam something out at the last second? Let's cloak. Let's not be too stupid about this. Let's duck under, let him cloak. Allow the Gatling phasers to fire and hit nothing. And then once we pass through here, he won't be able to turn inside of us, take it on our tail, I don't think. Maybe he can. It's a pretty tight turn, but I would have figured that you would be able to get that kind of turn going on. Let's also pay attention to our repair work. We do need it. And nuclear space mine. We are going to turn directly away, increase speed. We do need a little bit more power to get out of here in time. He is currently staring down an open shield. Even if we are cloaked, that's not a good position to be. Did get a couple of hits on us, but nothing special as of yet. Nuclear space mine goes off and manages to smash quite a few systems there. Let's skirt on out of here. We are starting to unload plasma torpedoes, which is not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. So he's taking a little bit of damage. Dump another mine on him. Let's start making him annoyed. So we'll come around in this direction. Yeah, I know. I'm exposing my stern, which is not good. But with the turn that he's making, this is the right direction to be moving, because it'll get us out around him. How does he still have that forward shield at that level? Is that just reinforcement? Because it feels a little bit weird to me. Coming out of cloak now. And I kind of want to put into the port side shields, especially after that successful photon torpedo hit. So reinforce and reinforce. We're doing okay. Got a mine in laced between us as we wait for our heavy weapons to charge. Let's pick up a bit of speed. No, we don't need to. We're doing fine. So yeah, we're just gonna try and hold position on his tail and fire a whole bunch of plasma torpedoes into him when we get a chance. Our plasma torpedoes are a bit stagger loaded, as you can see, because We were cloaked and low power and, yeah, trying to set everything up properly. Let's fire you. And, oh no, I want you. And you. That's a whole bunch of photon torpedoes launched early, and we just ate up his Gatling phasers, so all weapons engage from relatively close range. So a couple of good hits in here. We do have pseudo frigates that we admittedly totally forgot to use. Yeah, not gonna lie. I accidentally forgot the pseudo frigates. And now we're too close to actually deploy them. He should be mostly crippled at this point. Playing in between these two asteroids, though, is somewhat getting to me. That ought to get you. You're dead, right? I mean, you're not dead. Nope, you are. Okay, that worked. Target destroyed. And send one of these because I'm detecting an awful lot of phasers incoming at us. Is it just that he's decided to be really proactive about opening fire at us from extra long range? And cycle that, make sure... Yeah, that's what I thought. Damage control systems wasn't quite showing everything that was actually broken. How are you? Oh, you know, you're the standard one. You've got 8 phaser 4s, 8 photon torpedoes, and 16 phaser 3s. Don't know why. You are just a little bit more proactive than normal at shooting all of them at me. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it does seem a little bit different. Are we going too fast? Our phaser capacitors fully charged? Yeah, there we are. Must have been looking at the wrong screen because I thought we had 0 shield reinforcement for a little while there. So waiting for all the heavy weapons to charge up. Our R-type plasma torpedoes are ready to rock, so there is that. And this will, of course, require a standard siege orbit, where we will basically park it around a range of 15 and just start shelling the crap out of the planet. We should have more than enough shields to be able to handle that kind of firepower. It will, of course, mean heavy plasma torpedoes only. And let's start to slow way down. Because we don't want to get too close. Wait for the speed. Once we hit 0, we'll start moving. Alright, let's watch this screen so we know exactly how much defense we have. Right now it is 49.1, which is pretty significant. I think we can all agree. That's an awful lot of defensive firepower. Or just defensive weapons. I keep saying firepower. No, defensive shields. So now we just have to sit here and wait as we continue a average siege. Lots of fun. What in the heck? Oh. Oh god, I am such an idiot. Turn. Yeah. I'm an idiot. I forgot to reset the shields to front. And so as cool as that was, we've been taking a lot of hits. I thought something was weird. That was it. Not good. Decidedly not good. Let's wait for the forward shield to come back, and now let's do this. Reinforce that forward shield with the 50 points of energy that it has. Alright, the forward shields are now at full power. We'll suffer a little bit of damage on this one as we turn on in. And select our heavy plasma torpedoes once again. Get the nose on because we need the defenses. There we go. 48 points of energy, and now it's starting to take... I was wondering what was going on with the amount of damage we were taking. We will, of course, go pseudo and then heavies just to eat up his defensive phasers. So that way we hit him with all the firepower that we can, and we took out something important. Let's go forward. There's a lot of damage taken that we did not need to take. There's no reason for us to get hit by that, but we got hit anyway. Somewhat foolish of us. I do think we've taken out something important. It may just be the photon torpedoes, and if that's the case, this is going to be dangerous. Plasmas as well. No, it looks like most of his phaser 4s are out. So we will now select all plasma torpedoes for our bombardment and just continue to fire everything we have at him. Yeah, that did it. Let's pick up speed once we win. We're going to drift on in here, get nice and close, and capture him. He's down to 2 people left on the planet, so I can only assume that he has nobody left. Or if he does, it's not a whole lot of systems left. Prepare to transport the Marines. And go. All stop. And all weapon systems select. Continue to blast away. There we go. And no more people are left on the planet. Just a matter of time before we capture it. And there it is. Planetary assault successful. Good work by everybody. Let's see how much prestige that was worth. It should be 450 if I'm remembering my numbers right. And come on. 495. So a little bit under. I must have been thinking shipyard assaults, and this planet is proving to be difficult to take. Empire defense of 10 at this point, but still going strong. Or so it would seem. We will once again put out into space on a patrol this time. Hopefully it'll be something quick and easy and we can take the planet. Alert! And there is a heavy cruiser, a single heavy cruiser, which according to this is a Miranda, but we know that's a lie. It is an NCA, which is a new cruiser? Just a new heavy cruiser? No, because that's something else. Is it? Yeah, because the Miranda's... No, the Miranda's a new command cruiser? Huh. I forget. Not really a lot important, but still a little bit odd that I've forgotten. Plasma torpedoes to enveloping, forward shield reinforcement to the maximum, and electronic warfare active and ready to rock. And we'll increase the speed of time to the maximum. Turns out there's another heavy cruiser. It's a battle cruiser. What kind of battle cruiser are you? You're a BCF, a Bismarck class, armed with plasma torpedoes. Nice little side grade that they decided to go into. Not a horrible choice. This cruiser is gonna get right on top of me first, though. I think we focus on him first. We hit him with all the bricks, and then we work on the battle cruiser. Because the battle cruiser is powerful, but not particularly well armored. It's not like badly armored, don't get me wrong on that, but it's basically trying to be a battleship, and it's not. Oh crap! I don't want to launch all the pseudo torpedoes. Just enough to trick him into thinking that he's in trouble. Back to normal time. Unfortunately, it's gotten too close. Oh no, crash stop is there. Long range fire coming from a range of 30 at the moment. How far is this shot? 8? Take it. Okay, we got it. Excellent. Wait for the attack shift to go away because we do need to pay attention to him really soon. Attack shift to 0. Come on. There it is. All the plasma. And we're going to continue this turn. Hopefully you'll die with this. Although, that is an awful lot to ask. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a death. Except we got a death. Okay, so that works out. Now we got to focus on you. You got 4 photon torpedoes and 2 G-type plasma torpedoes. And we're not charging defensively. There we go. A little bit of defensive firepower in the forward. He's doing a speed of 10.6, which is a little odd. He's slowing down even more. We are plasma-armed vessels. Okay, let's see if we can't chunk it. Yeah, we should be able to bounce this. Oh, that was beautiful. We didn't even have to use the Wow Weasel. It was just bounce that. And yeah, I just realized the moment I clicked that, that was a mistake. Or did you launch a scatter pack somewhere in here? Or did you just realize that there was no possible way that I could have my heavy weapons ready? Let's open them up. We took out his forward shield, which is great. We do, of course, need to start coming around. Turn this way, I guess, if he's going to go that way. We need to start being active here. Oh, phasers, phasers. Stern firing phasers. Didn't quite make it in through. But we did get that stern firing plasma S torpedo, and he is now suffering for it. Plasma torpedoes to normal mode. Let's get them a little bit of power coming back. And now we can launch our pseudo frigates in peace. The Powell will not be able to get his weapon systems online in time. And immediately plasma F torpedoes going out. And we need more power. We need more speed. And we also need to get on the repair work, because apparently we took a little bit of energy damage. Not a lot, but a little bit. S-type plasma torpedoes about to come back online, which will also mean a couple of Fs. The R's a little bit behind. So let's, did you... Good work, guys. That's beautiful. All weapons select, we're turning in hard. I think you're done for, Mr. Powell, if I can get enough heavy weapons onto you. The attack shift will go away, and we will be able to annihilate him. Everything we've got, and the R. There we go. That's what I wanted to make sure was in there. And if you survive these 2 plasma torpedoes, you won't survive the other side of my volley. I'm gonna just wait. The pseudo frigates might be able to take it. Not quite. Phasers didn't quite do it, but we should have another S and F plasma torpedo ready to go on the starboard side of the ship. And there they go, launched over the shoulder, kind of lobbed that way, and this does you in. You don't survive past this. So yeah, we learned that that our super battleship Dreadnought amazingness of awesomeness is capable of one-shotting heavy cruisers. Okay, not quite one shot. That phaser shot was a follow-up, but still, that's impressive. I mean, we don't often experiment with that, simply because oftentimes they'd like to throw us up against battleships and the like. But yeah, we have now seen and proven. And another planetary assault. This will be the planetary assault to conquer the planet itself. There will only be a victory, and that victory will be held, of course, by us. Red alert, increase speed. We are escorted by nobody and targeting against a single Dreadnought battleship, a BBX, so another straight-on duel between the two of us. We will not forget our pseudo frigates this time. 1, we're low on armor, and 2, it'll make things easier on us. Let's make sure also that when we do seize the planet, we don't do it stupidly. Speaking of, the planet is a PLPH-9, which we were going to send a probe into, but then we realized the phaser capacitor wasn't quite there yet. increase the speed of time to the maximum, get that forward shield to the maximum of the reinforcement, and we'll be fine here. Just slowly skulking around. We don't need to be all that fast right now, because we're more than content to just letting weapon systems charge. It takes us 3 turns before we're combat ready. So any sooner engagement is not worth it. From our perspective anyway. We will of course set up our S and R plasma torpedoes for our fakeness, and slow down to a normal-ish speed. Nope, not yet. We're still a distance of 40 away. The distance can be deceiving. And now we slow down. Good hits from a lot of those shots, but they weren't able to penetrate our shields. Nothing can do... Totally messed it up. Nothing can get to our shields. Something about Nemodians, never quite could do the accent. It's kind of weird. And I assume you're going to crash stop at some point. There it is. You have fallen directly into our trap. Of course, heavy phasers are select... Oh, actually, pseudo frigates. Go on the harass. Go on the harass. We just want to keep you at range, and that's the easiest way to do it. Get to a range of 5, we'll engage you with all the phasers to kill you. Didn't even need the plasma torpedo. Okay, all heavy plasma torpedoes. We are lined up and ready to kill. Speed of 2, 3. Once it hits 3, we'll engage. Engage. Yes, they're all going in the wrong direction, but are they actually? See, there they all go. In one gigantic chunking blast, knocking out almost all of his shields. Not quite. He still has 1 shield left. And we are slowly starting to turn away, and a stern-firing plasma torpedo to add to the fray. That'll hit for 60 damage. Apparently only 50. He was able to get a little bit of a shield up. Oh yeah, that forward shield is still in existence. So we're going to steadily come around. I think we're fine. As long as we stay outside of his transporter range, we should be A-okay. How are you doing on speed? Still maintaining. You're not doing horribly. Plasma torpedoes to normal mode. There's no point. I mean, I honestly do anticipate him being dead before we get another plasma torpedo round, but I could be wrong. And after all, Federation battleships, they are tough battleships. I do want to reinforce the port side shields, but I am dreadfully afraid that if I do that, I will forget to reset them. And that was embarrassing. So we'll just continue to sort of play around on this corner. Hits us once again with a couple of photon torpedoes. He is quite accurate with them. They are a very nice weapon. Although I think he fired them from just beyond actual effective range of 8. I think at 8, the photon torpedo is 50% accurate or 66% accurate. It's one of the two. It's a relatively good accuracy. Long-range phaser fire, we could engage. You have picked up the speed. That's actually kind of impressive to me. I was not anticipating you trying to maintain actual, speed and agility. You are a battleship after all. These are not normally things that you focus on. Slow down a little bit. We will, of course, prefer to engage with phasers, and I think we're going to have to pull through and just continue the engagement. If you turn into us, that's going to make my job harder. Engage. And we start firing our point defensive systems. Come on, continue to fire plasma. There we go, right into his face. Ooh, if he had hit with all of those, it would have been a very bad day. Luckily, he did not. We shocked enough systems offline that he was not able to get a proper volley in to knock out our shields. So yeah, we're doing really good here. Another couple of plasma torpedoes, you should be able to take this. Although, sometimes BPB is misleading, but not this time. Another stern-firing plasma S torpedo. He still does have a shuttle bay, so he could deploy them at any moment. So we will, of course, stagger launch our R-type plasma torpedoes, just to hope that we get everything that we need in there. Oh, nope, the shuttle bay's dead. Engage with everything. Right on his stern, right between the nacelles. Oh, that's gotta hurt. And another big hit takes him completely out of the fight. Focus on the planet now. Also calling you home. Return to me. And return to me. Plasma torpedoes send him back to enveloping. We're gonna kick the lights out of this planet. First one has returned home. And second one returned home. Excellent. So we will now just head on towards the planet and besiege it as it deserves. And double checking real quick. Haha, good, we have Marines. Yes, I am now in fear all the time of forgetting to, have enough Marines to actually conquer a planet. You'd think that wouldn't be a normal fear, but it really was. It should warn you before you go on missions like, you do not have Marines. Would you like to transfer Marines from the rest of the battle group who are incapable for some reason of actually trying to capture the planet? Bouncing off his long-range photon torpedo fire. 8 photon torpedoes. If they were all hit at range, he would use them in proximity mode. 32 points of damage. Yes, that could get through, actually. How much would that get through? Yeah, that actually could get through if he were to hit with every single photon torpedo. So long as, he hit with them. He has not, however, had that much accuracy. Heavy plasma torpedoes are, of course, selected. We will start to slow down, and we're going to drift into range. We will fire the pseudo-torpedo as soon as we hit range. Stand by, and... Actually, no, this is going to be a little while. Wait for it. Wait for it. Now. And heavy plasma. Oh, you're hitting my sides. That's not good. Knocked out his shields. That's excellent. Unfortunately, his photon torpedoes, they wide enough planet that they hit the side shields. Not good. Not good at all. Plasma torpedoes selected, ready, and waiting. As we sit up here above the planet, skims below us, and stare down with a mild, disapproving look on our face. You gotta figure that's how Romulus do everything. Hit him with all the big heavy plasma torpedoes, and hopefully we can, well, knock out his photon torpedoes, because they're causing me some concern. 168 damage still got through that shield, and we're only firing part of our plasma torpedo complement. Stop hitting me with those. I don't want to have to reinforce other shields. Although, if we don't, we may end up regretting it greatly. If we could spread it across 3 shields, that means we're only getting, like, 13? Yeah, we're getting 13 points of damage. Can we do that? He is hitting us, though. Plasma torpedoes, heavy. Go. Kick some butt. Take some names. Knock out all the important things. I think we knocked out the important things. Just going on a limb, but when it went from here to here, I think we took out the important ones. All plasma is, of course, selected. We will begin our engagement at 9. He still has a couple of photon torpedoes. Let's not forget that. Could be very dangerous. Plasma, and when we hit a range of, well, transporter range, we will start to engage, and start to engage with phasers now. We want to start taking things out. All weapons select, engage with all plasma. Make sure that we completely knock out any chance of defense that he ever had. 2 people left on the planet, almost in range, just continue to blast away. Sadly, we can't knock them below 2 people, or at least I don't think you can. We've tried. So if you can, it takes an awful lot of firepower. So now we just sit here. You still have a phaser 4. That's pretty impressive, actually. Normally when we get you down to 2, you're completely out of weapons. So good on that phaser group. They managed to get their system back online. Unfortunately, we still took the planet. Which, that should bring the planet under our sphere of influence. I believe. 495 prestige is our reward for that, and the planet is indeed taken. Excellent. So we will be able to continue the pressure on the rest of this northern splinter group, I guess? We may want to drop down here just to cut it off, but I really do want to keep going after the major important stations. Make our own little ring of fire around what used to be the Federation. Anyway, I've been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.